And welcome in to another episode of Off Script. My name is Zak Herbstreit. Ladies and gentlemen, college football fans out there, we're at that point of the season, the dog days of college football, if you will, that May, June, July, where not too much is going on in the college football realm. Not too much news is coming out there. We had the Sorsby stuff, and that kept us alive for a little bit. But just in general, not too much lore out there. So you're scouring YouTube. You're going on the On3 channel, the Rivals channel with J.D. Pickell, Josh Newberg, Crane and Cone. Those guys do a phenomenal job as well. And today specifically, I want to talk about one of the videos that they posted with Paul Feinbaum and how they were talking about overrated, underrated coaches. And specifically, they brought up Kalen DeBoer, the head coach at Alabama, and how he was the right fit for Alabama. And I do want to talk about that today. Is Kalen DeBoer the right fit for Alabama? But before we get into it today, if you enjoy college football, if you enjoy the channel, make sure to hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe to the channel as well. It really helps me out a lot, so I appreciate you guys. But this was brought to my attention, like I said, from Crane and Cone. But I thought this clip was interesting. We're about to run it real quick just so you guys get some context. But let's go ahead and run the clip.
In your opinion, and we can keep it to big brands, you can name whoever you want, who do you think that's getting talked about right now, in your opinion, it could be SEC, Big Ten, whatever, is the most overrated head coach right now in college football? Somebody that's getting way too much hype, maybe too early, or for something they haven't done. Is there a name that pops up in your mind or no?
Well, I mean, on our show, the most talked about name is Kalen DeBoer. I don't think he's overrated. I just think he's a bad fit.
So what are the key takeaways from that clip for me? Well, first off, I'd like to argue that you could say that anyone isn't a great fit for Alabama after following Nick Saban. Because just in general, taking a job after the greatest of all time, the GOAT, is like trying to be the next Iron Man, trying to follow up Robert Downey Jr.'s shoes. Like, it's impossible. If you try to follow him up, then it's going to be like, well, there's always going to be a little nitpick. Well, he did this better. Well, he was more successful. It's like, okay, there's always something. I understand that. But also there's that question, too, of if not Kalen DeBoer, then who's the guy? Who is the right fit? Is it Lane Kiffin? Is it Dabo Swinney? Which, by the way, I think Lane's in it for the long haul over there at LSU. And then Clemson, I mean, God knows what's going on over there. And Dabo's done a phenomenal job of building that program up. And obviously they've been on the ropes and it's a little shaky over there. So definitely could be a possibility. But is he still the right fit? Like, what defines the right fit at Alabama? Winning 6 national championships? Because I think it's way too early to say if he is or isn't a right fit in general. And if anything, he should be more of a right fit than not a right fit. Because he's shown success. And I feel like when you look around the country, especially in the SEC, and you look at the different teams and how successful they are, DeBoer's right up there with being one of the more premier guys. Kirby, Steve Sarkisian, right up there. So that really brings up the question, how is he not the right fit for Alabama? And I get it. These fans for years have been overindulged with success. So it's not your fault either. It's not your fault. Nick Saban was there. He was the GOAT. He was the gold standard for 17 seasons. So it's not your fault. But my take on this overall, I think he is a good fit for Alabama. I do also think it's too early to tell. He's going into year 3. So, pump the brakes on fire him, also pump the brakes on, I get they extended him as well. So it's different. It's different there. So they're obviously high on him for a reason, but I can't get behind him not being a good fit when he so far has been 20-8 as the head coach at Alabama, made it to a playoff, beat Oklahoma on the road on a playoff, made it to an SEC championship game. So things are looking up in Tuscaloosa. Did it take a year to get going? Yeah, sure. But it's not like he's a complete disappointment. Like I said, it's so hard to follow literally one of the best coaches in history of the game. It's hard to follow in those footsteps. But Alabama fans, I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. What do you think of Kalen DeBoer so far this season? Do you think he's a right fit for Alabama? But like I said, my name's Zak Herbstreit. This is Off Script. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video. I'll see you guys soon.